Katie Price proudly displayed the results of her recent cosmetic surgery overhaul as she headed out celebrating days after she avoided jail for the second time in weeks. The glamour model, 43, escaped time behind bars on Monday after striking a last-minute deal to pay off her debts amid her bankruptcy case, and 2 days later headed out to the pricey Sheesh restaurant in Chigwell, where a surf and turf meal will set you back £120 and a side of truffle cheesy chips cost £25. Beaming broadly as she made her way into the eatery to celebrate her fiancé Carl Wood's 33rd birthday, the shameless reality star unveiled her new look following another eye and brow lift at a clinic in Belgium. The mother of 5 had previously been concealing her new look with her head in a bandage. Katie highlighted her new features with a heavy dose of makeup, contouring her nose and cheekbones with bronzer and sporting a giant fluttering pair of false eyelashes. She kept her surgically enhanced bust under wraps in a black Bardot top with billowing sheer sleeves and a ruched bodice, teaming the garment with skinny black velvet trousers. Katie added a pop of color to her ensemble with a towering pair of neon green wedges and accessorized with a myriad of silver rings and necklaces. Carl cut a casual figure alongside her, opting for a black jumper and jeans with suede khaki loafers. Katie is back in Britain after jetting to Belgium for yet another cosmetic procedure, despite undergoing a full-body overhaul just 7 months ago. Dr. Judy Todd, an aesthetic doctor at Clinica Medica in Glasgow, said, "It appears like she's had a facelift, temporal brow lift, and possibly an upper blepharoplasty. These would all lift the features to a more youthful position, elevate the eyebrows and would reduce any sagging skin on the upper eyelid." She is currently wearing a pressure dressing which is all over the area where the sutures would be. This kind of bruising around the eye often occurs with these procedures, but the effects are only temporary and tend to dissipate within 7 to 10 days. But some patients may experience swelling and bruising for several weeks after surgery, but this will ultimately depend on the patient's healing process and post-op recovery care. It was reported last month that Katie had plans to travel to Turkey imminently for yet more plastic surgery, amid claims she wanted to get some tweaks in after being unhappy with her latest work. A friend of Katie's reportedly told The Sun, "Katie's telling everyone she thinks her bum implants make her look too big and wants them out, plus more lipo." However, Katie's latest surgery was on her face, not her body like her pal had suggested. The source added, "When Katie has an idea in her head, she just does it. Who knows if she'll actually go through with it, but she's told friends she's going." The mum of 5 last visited Turkey last year, where she underwent full-body liposuction, eye and lip lifts, liposuction under her chin, and had fat injected into her bum. Following Katie's surgery last summer, she was said to be in horrific pain, but she admitted she was still prepared to go under the knife again. Meanwhile, Katie hit the headlines earlier this week after she was scheduled to explain to a High Court judge on Monday her attempts to pay back £2.3 million she owed after being declared bankrupt in 2019. But the former model, who dodged a potential jail term last month after £7,300 fines she owed for driving offences were paid, had her bankruptcy hearing postponed for a second time after agreeing an 11th-hour deal to pay back the money. She will pay a small contribution to reduce the amount owed to creditors and has agreed to a new regular payment plan. The reality star risked being sent to prison for contempt of court if she failed to appear at the hearing, which was due to be held remotely, without notifying the judge. Katie also slashed the cost of her OnlyFans content by 50% on Monday. Fans had to pay £11 per month to see her pictures when she joined the site last month. But she has now halved the price in an attempt to encourage more subscribers. Ahead of her hearing, Katie's bankruptcy trustees were said to have compiled a dossier of TV, magazine and newspaper deals to be presented at the Insolvency Court in London. Despite owing millions, she has seemingly enjoyed a luxury lifestyle with frequent exotic holidays, including a visit to Las Vegas with Carl. Trustees also want to find out details of how much she has been paid for her TV work, including the latest on Channel 4 where she attempts to renovate her £2 million country mansion. The new show follows Katie as she tries to repair the house, dubbed Mucky Mansion, which has been in disarray after various mishaps, including fly tipping, floods and a fire. The model had agreed to pay creditors £12,000 a month through an individual voluntary arrangement. But it is understood she has failed to keep up with the payments. An earlier hearing in November was cancelled at Katie's request and the latest court date was put back until April. A spokesman for the Insolvency Court said the hearing would not take place before April after the judge agreed to a postponement following a request submitted to the court. The hearing was listed under the former topless model's real name Katrina Amy Alexandra Alexis Price. Insolvency experts Hudson Weir, who are acting for those owed money, refused to comment. A source at the insolvency company said they were ready to appear in court on Monday. The TV personality, who once had a fortune of £45 million, has lurched from one crisis to another in recent years. In December she was given a 16-month prison sentence suspended for a year after pleading guilty to drink driving. Magistrates said they were unable to send her to prison as she had completed a stay at the Priory, having agreed to attend the rehab center on her first court appearance. Katie had flipped her BMW X5 while driving to see a friend near her Sussex home. It was her 9th driving offence. She dodged a potential jail term last month after £7,300 fines she owed for driving offences were paid. Katie had been listed to appear at Crawley Magistrates Court in January over non-payment of £7,358 in fines dating back 2 years. However, last month court staff confirmed the fines had been paid and Katie was no longer expected in court. She had been issued with a court summons after magistrates heard she had failed to pay back a single penny of her fines. The threat of prison still hangs over the mum of 5 as last month she breached a restraining order taken out against her by her ex-husband Kieran Hayler's fiancée. Katie sent a series of vile texts to Michelle Pentecost in breach of a restraining order. She had been handed a 5-year restraining order forbidding her from contacting Ms. Pentecost directly or indirectly in 2019 after hurling a tirade of abuse at her. She could now face up to 5 years in prison if she is charged and found guilty. Drink driving campaigners said they were gobsmacked by the unbelievable sentence, but the judge said Katie would avoid going to jail because she completed a stint at celebrity rehab clinic The Priory and had stayed out of trouble. Speaking on Good Morning Britain after her sentencing, the mother of 5 said she was dealing with it. She said, "The events were really traumatic. It's been traumatic after, so I'm not ready to talk about it yet. But what I will say is that I went to the Priory and I've made the decision finally to see a therapist every week, forever, to deal with the traumatic events that led me to getting into that car. I'm very good at hiding things, but when I'm ready to talk about it, then I will come on to talk. There's reasons why I got in that car and my mental state, but when I'm ready I will. I feel ashamed about it all. There are reasons that I am still dealing with now. It's a new year, but I'm still dealing with it. People shouldn't judge people. Terry's always reasons for things.